Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I'm welcoming myself back to my YouTube channel. So, the title of this video is Schizophrenia and Semen Retention. It's basically just a update on where I am in life, because I know I haven't posted in a couple months. I think it's been about 70 days, which is way too long. I love you guys, you're great supporters. And that's something I wanted to get into in this video, with supporters. So I don't make YouTube videos because I don't know why I don't do it, but I do it because I need people in my corner. And when I see that someone subscribes to me, it feels like I just got a friend. That someone wants to sit through my videos, and if they want to click away, that's fine. I see when you guys click away in my my analytics. So I'm very grateful to everyone that watches my videos, even if I just get a couple views. It still feels good. So I'm in a very intermediate place right now, or intermittent, or in between place, kind of in limbo. It's just waiting for court, honestly. A lot of bullshit for me, my dad, my stepmom. Basically everyone's going through the shits at this point. And we are very interesting people. So, I have something called schizoaffective disorder. And that means I am schizophrenic and bipolar at the same time. Bipolar 1. You can be schizoaffective and bipolar 2 as well. But what it does to me is I oftentimes lose control of what's going on outside of my world, or what's going on outside of my body. I don't register what's coming in, and I oftentimes will also lose control of what is going out. And that's just one facet of it. It also, it's kind of like my thoughts get jumbled up. I have disordered speech as one of my symptoms. Not disordered speech, disordered thinking. I'm sure that you guys notice. I certainly get a lot of comments about it in real life and on the internet, that I have a very odd sentence structure. But some people don't realize it. If you've been around me for long enough, you just have it blend in. Like my mom says I just sound like me. I say she just sounds like my mom, even though she has a thick German accent. She just sounds like my mom. So yeah, it affects me pretty heavily. Thank goodness I am now on my medication. That is something that is different from the last time that I was making YouTube videos. I'm now on medication. I wanted to be on medication, and that's the real key to medication, is wanting to be on medication. Because if you're on medication and you don't want to be on medication, you are most certainly in a psych ward. That's not a great place to be. Yeah, it helps me out tremendously to be able to take my medication and have the effects work for me. Because, like right here, I have my mood stabilizer. It makes the highs and the lows less high and less low. So, the bipolar causes mania, which is followed by a depressive state, because you have so much dopamine going through your head that you just crash afterwards. And when you have a ton of dopamine in your head, you're so excited that you don't have a fucking clue what's going on, and you black out. So that has happened many times in my life. And before we even knew I was bipolar, back when I was in high school, I completely lost every single memory that I had of senior year. I don't recall senior year at all. I couldn't even tell you all the classes I was taking unless I looked at my transcript. I don't remember what order my classes were in. I don't remember anything about senior year. I don't remember who was in my classes except Matt Weedle, he's a great guy. Justin, who's in, they were in home ec with me. Took home ec as an easy A. Ended up getting a B because I was chronically senioritis. But the other topic of this video is semen retention, and I guess I didn't plan anything out about it. So I have this thing where I believe that my experience in life is a lot different than everyone else's because I have schizophrenia and bipolar, as is often so with mental health cases. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now so you can see my eyes and I don't look ominous. Let's try this. Yeah. So, a lot of things to work on with the YouTube channel, but it's always a work in progress. Like I said, you guys are just here to support me, and that's what it feels like. Is I feel supported whenever I get a like on the video. That's like the coolest thing ever, is seeing a like. And then the thing that just blows me out of the water is comments. Like when you guys say something to me on a YouTube video. I don't ever leave comments on YouTube videos, but I'm getting distracted. So back to semen retention. I had a stint. I got my phlebotomy certification, which was something that I did in life. I can say that I got a phlebotomy certification. And I was going through therapy at the time. And it was cognitive behavioral therapy for some very interesting trauma that I had growing up. And my traumatizer refuses to accept the fact that they were traumatizing me. But everyone else around me is like, yeah, that's pretty messed up, dude. I don't know how anyone can survive that. But yeah, I won't get into it. I'll save it for another video. But it basically made me a I hate to say it, but borderline sexual deviant. Like I like vanilla sex, but the issue is that I have misconceptions about sex. If that makes any sense. Like before I lost my virginity, consciously I should say, I was unconsciously having sex. I believed that you could like do all these things, like you could swap bodies when you had sex and you'd be immortal and you gained some sort of spiritual power, but it's actually the opposite. The less sexual you are, the more spiritual power you have. Yeah. So back to semen retention. We're just beating around the bush here. What do I have to say on that? It's very liberating when you don't have to concern yourself with where your next fix is coming from sex. Or of sex, I should say. Semen retention is a means to an end. It's not really the goal, it's a catalyst, as people say. People say that a lot on the Reddit boards, which I'm very active in. If you haven't seen my account on Reddit, it is The Bishop Peace, u/The Bishop Peace. The Bishop, just like in the vlog title, name, thing, and then Peace, like a chess piece. It's my last name. It gets you to where you're going. It's basically fuel that can be transmuted. And this is all like factual information I'm about to put out. Like, this is not my schizo thinking. This is like hardcore People have believed this in the East and studied this in the East for almost since the dawn of time. They believe since before what we would consider the dawn of time. Or, yes, that is a correct statement. So there's this stuff called Jing, and Jing is sex energy, and Jing is like when you get horny and you have all this like I gotta go do something. That's Jing. But it can be transmuted into something called Qi, QI. If you're speaking Chinese, there's also a variation in the naming convention of Hindu origin or Indian origin. I don't know how they like to call that, but it's more commonly known as Jing, Qi, and Shen. And Qi is it's prana. So it's that I can never remember what Qi is, but when I translate it into Hindu, then it's like, oh, it's just prana. And then we move back to Shen. If you don't know what prana is life force energy. It's the breath, and it makes your physical world more easy to manage. And then Shen is what you transmute as kind of the end goal. And when you have Shen reserves, you have more ability to push through things. So it's spiritual energy at that point when you have Shen, and that is Tehas in Hindu. I think it's Tehas. It might be Tejas, but I don't know how they pronounce it. I usually read it, and I've only heard it spoken a couple times. But when you have Shen energy, you have obstacles removed for you, and that's something I've had a lot of in the past. Obviously, I was not taking my medication, and what actually happened, let me tell you this. What actually happened was I had an experience where I was doing the microcosmic orbit, which is a Qigong exercise. I'm using a lot of terminology here, a lot of jargon. Jargon is jargon, ha ha ha. Funny meme that I know only I know of. See that I say a lot, and I stutter and try and find just the right word so I can get all of my thoughts across. And that's why I like YouTube videos, is because I can just talk and talk and talk. But oh shoot, but I can't rewind it while I'm recording, and that's the issue that I face. So you have obstacles removed, and I was doing the microcosmic orbit, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to figure something out. What am I doing here? And I had a full body energy orgasm, and a full body orgasm is literally just it's spread throughout the body, and it is better than a classical orgasm. But I got addicted to these, and when you get addicted to any sort of pleasure, so what a microcosmic orbit does, it's moving Jing energy up the spine and back down the front of the body and back up the spine and circulating it through the body. And this spreads it out, but I was spreading it out too thin, almost, is what I have come to believe I've done. And I got addicted to these, and then I started delving into more worldly pleasures, and I lost my mind. I was not there. And yep. So here I am, fully conscious, seeing things through the eyes of Liam. Beep beep. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm going to wrap this one up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like so other people can see the video, comment on what you thought was interesting or what you want to talk about. And subscribe so you can keep seeing my pretty little face. My name's Liam of Bishop Vlogs. Thanks for having me.